Taiwan, which is Taiwan's oldest city, but more importantly, the city most famous for food. It's also one of the destinations that CNN said you should visit in 2024. The New York Times just wrote an article about it. It seems to be the place to go. So we have come here, and today we're gonna try to eat as much as we can. We're of course gonna have bubble tea, it was invented here. We're gonna have shrimp rolls, we're gonna have coffin bread, we're gonna have turkey rice, and probably a whole lot of other things. So if you wanna see that, this is the video for you. By the way, in case you're new here, I'm Steph and I travel a lot with my husband Pete and our son Hayes. And right now we are spending about 3.5 weeks traveling around the whole of Taiwan. In our last video we were in Kaohsiung, now we're in Tainan, and our next video will be from Taichung. So let's get started. Our first stop in the morning is naturally for breakfast, and we were trying to go to this place famous for Shimuyu, but it wasn't open. But as we were going there, we walked through this restaurant, which is literally like built into the corner on the sidewalk. And it looked like they were serving fish, and after some back and forth Google Translate, we confirmed that it is in fact milkfish, which is something we wanted to try. It was so crispy. She fried it right over there in the wok, like instantly. This is how the day is starting. We're starting on a high. Also on the way here, which I didn't film, we stopped at 7-Eleven for our daily Yakult, and this gentleman walked in. Just this like little old guy, and goes up to Hayes and he was like, "Do you want a balloon animal?" And then right there in the 7-Eleven made Hayes a balloon animal, which was such a lovely moment. And I said to Pete, maybe this is harsh, but like if that happened in a major US city, like an old guy was like, "Hey, do you want a balloon animal?" You probably wouldn't linger too long. And it's just, I don't know, it was just a really great travel moment.
You want this every morning? Bit of bread? Bit of bread? Another piece of bread? A fish sandwich? Very curious to know. What are these cute origami style things that we see on the table? Also had some at the hostel that we're staying at as well. Is that to go? Is that for you to take something on your way?
Our next stop is for shrimp rolls. We're at Choose Shrimp Rolls. I believe it wasn't our first choice, but it is a popular spot. It's been here for like 50 years. We're getting a little bit closer to Anping Old Street, which is our next stop. These are a special snack in Tainan, and it's like minced shrimp and maybe some other things deep fried in like a potato starch, I believe.
Alright, just had my first bite, and surprisingly it's like really peppery inside, which I love. Nice, I like how the shrimp's all diced up, and it's great. Love it.
Saw this on Tales from Our Pockets video. It's like peanut brittle, mashed, and then like rolled around cilantro. Sounds really good to me. There is something I'm looking for that's similar. It's like taro ice cream in a pancake with peanut brittle and cilantro. This is the best we can do right now. So that brittle that was like all hard, when it goes to that machine, it gets all chewy. It works. I mean, I love cilantro, I love peanuts, I love sweets that aren't super sweet.
Oh wow, really chewy. That's so good.
Everything is green.
Green?
Yeah.
Now we're in the thick of the Anping Old Street area, and we've come to try coffin bread. Coffin bread has been around since the 1940s, and it's bread that's hollowed out, and then it looks like they're putting some vegetables in there, and then they pour on this like creamy seafood gravy situation, and then they deep fry it, and it sort of resembles a coffin. Evidently it was also popular with American troops stationed here, probably because it looks like chicken pot pie. And yes, we play Uno all day, every day.
His is actually really good.
Yeah.
We hardly win. That is straight up just chicken pot pie. Oh, that's great.
Seafood, I guess. Do you like it? It looks like something a British person might enjoy.
Oh, this with a cup of tea? Why do we only get one?
Because it's deep fried bread. You did just watch him eat fried fish for breakfast, but you also just watched him dump out every single last vegetable from the coffin bread. So don't be fooled.
Okay, can you put this on TikTok?
Yeah. This place was on a couple of lists, so we had to come and try it out. They sell out normally by around 12:30. It's kind of close to that now. It is, we asked for a mix.
No.
We were asked if we wanted internal organs, which
No.
I like some liver, kidneys, heart, those kind of things. Not a big fan of intestines and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we're gonna try, but we don't know what we're trying. So let us know in the comments what are we eating. Shall I try first? All right, let's try this one. Yeah, and what's the sauces that you got? Mustard and just like a okay. I don't know what I'm eating. It's really nice with the mustard. Yeah, that one's good. All right, this one looks a little bit more internal organ-esque. Yeah, it's not bad. That's all right. I'm really looking forward to this one because this one looks to me like the most like what I can recognize as a sausage. That one's really good. Oh, yeah, just got a bit of aftertaste of that previous one, and glad I had the sausage after.
Pete's tapped out. This place is really busy, and everybody's quite young too. There's also like 14 other people at the table that we could be asking right now, but I think just got a little shy. It's just like sushi rice,
Yeah.
maybe wrapped in something from the stomach. I don't know. I got out easy with that one.
Only 6 people.
Oh, there's only 6 people. There's not 14. You caught me exaggerating on YouTube. Mustard makes everything taste like mustard.
Mommy, what are these 2 sauces?
I'm not sure. Do you want to try one? Really fun stop. I wish we could tell you more about it. Maybe somebody will give us some information. You can go read that in the comments. All right, we've rested up and we're headed to our next stop. But on the way there, I wish I knew what the street was called. The food is out now. I love cities like this where we're eating all day and it looks obscene, but like everybody else must be doing this too because there's so many street food vendors. Anyway, we got a scallion pancake because it looked too good. We haven't actually had like a plain one yet. We're making it right there. We needed a walking snack. Very good.
Do you know what he wished for? That we could drive around instead of walk around the city.
Stay tuned for our next series.
I wish that he just stays healthy. I think this is people buying soy milk. I mean, so fascinating. This city is unbelievable with the amount of food and we're not spending enough time here.
We're never gonna get there if we keep stopping, but we did stop for whatever this Oreo cookie thing is. Cinema has like all the movie posters for like new movies, but they look hand painted. What's that about? Very cool. We're in the birthplace of bubble tea, Tainan. Actually, Taichung, where we're headed next, also claims to have invented bubble tea, but here in Tainan, Hanling Tea Room, which is what we're at one of the branches, I'm not sure this is the original, claims to have invented it, so I've ordered the panda tea, which includes the traditional black bubbles along with the white bubbles that started it all. And it's very delicious, but I will be honest, the vibes of this place are stuffy and unnecessary, and there's bubble tea all over Taiwan, and it's been delicious everywhere. However, I have learned that A, the sweetness ratio is never the same, and B, that I always want more ice because I'm a dumb American. If you want it in a glass stein with a handle, you're gonna pay like 3 to 4 times as much. this is your place. This is actually the worst tea I've had, like by a mile. I don't know if it's an off day, but I certainly don't recommend it. Also, nobody was in there, which like is a good rule to not go somewhere universally, but also there's so many lines at so many places in Taiwan that you should absolutely follow that rule, so I'm not sure why I didn't. An article about foods you should try in Tainan on CNN. I didn't realize it was from 2015, and they mentioned turkey rice, roll bo, I guess bo is turkey, ro is meat, and I was searching for like a little street side stall, but apparently this place got so popular that it's like an empire. However, this bowl is still like, what, $50? Anyway, turkey rice, let's go. They're using spoons. When I was reading about it, the way they described the way they cook the turkey sounded way better than the way we cook turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm not a massive turkey fan. This is delicious. It's moist. It's simple, but very good.
It's great. Wow, I can see why they got so popular.
To be honest, I thought when we walked in here that it wasn't going to be very good because this place looks like a Wagamama. No hate to Wagamama, except I don't understand the Wagamama hype. But it's really good. It was a good stop.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
Steph, you're picking a lot of places that are like pretty quiet compared to the other hustling and bustling places with lines out the door.
没有了，卖完了。
Striking out on bawan, which is like a big meatball you're supposed to have. Ugh, bummer. It's really annoying as we walked by that place. So I think that place closes at 4:30 and we walked by it on the way to the tea shop. But we didn't know because I use Google Maps religiously, but it's so clunky and you can't navigate on it. So we took a different route, and when we did that, I didn't have my map up and appearing right there, so I didn't know, and that makes me really frustrated. But I think we're not gonna go hungry tonight, it's fine. Does anybody else use Google Maps and love it? I'm talking about Google, like the create a map function. Do you use it and love it, but also want to rip your hair out because it is clunky? It's clunky, I should use lists. Brought us to another one of these big tour bus locations. However, this one looks good. And the reason we're here is for Danzai noodles, and they date back to 1895 when the guy that started this restaurant was a fisherman. But during the seasons that he couldn't fish,
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the noodles here. Except they're.
Why was he a fisherman?
If you watched our last video, you've heard that we're in the but why phase. Anyway, he was a fisherman. There was a season where he couldn't fish, and that was called the slack season.
Why were there
I don't know, rough seas, who knows. The slack season is this word, I don't know how to say that, the name of this restaurant. So these are called slack season Danzai noodles that we're about to have. And we're also gonna have a bawan, which we tried to get the last time.
Wow, that is phenomenal. It's like meat, brothy sauce, but the noodles are delicious, but it's going to be highly controversial. And you're probably going to hate me in the comments for it, but it tastes a lot like a good beef bolognese.
So this is the bawan that we tried to have, which is, I don't totally understand, but it's like a special meatball from here, but with glutinous rice, which in Taiwan, I don't know if we've said this, they describe the like chewy texture as Q, which is a texture I love. I don't know how do you use the word cute? Like, is it an adjective? Is it a noun? He's just said the Danzai noodles are not up his alley, so. They're delicious. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Juicy meatball covered in squishy, chewy rice. I don't think I explained that well. They're called slack season noodles because there was no fish, so it's meat sauce. But also, what was that procession that we saw just before here? Anybody know? I hope it wasn't a funeral inappropriate for me to film.
I think. And we also overstayed our welcome, even though that we were there for like 5 minutes. They were very happy for us to be leaving. We did it. What a day. We've eaten like a fraction of what this city has to offer.
What did you say earlier about this city?
This has been one of my favorite stops. The food culture here is insane, and we just need more time to just walk around and eat and explore. And I wish we were seeing it more at night, because it feels like it comes to life in the evening. So we'll come back. I mean, we'll get a babysitter and we'll maybe do like a night out video, right?
Yeah, this has been a great visit. There was a recent New York Times article that said during the pandemic, a lot of like burnt out Taipei folks or whatever came here for the slower lifestyle and opened like restaurants and bars and stuff. So yeah, it definitely has a very cool vibe. I love like the little alleyways. Almost every walk we did today, we veered off, but like still got there via alleyways. It was fantastic. We appreciate you watching us eat a bunch of food in Tainan, and if you want to continue to follow along, tomorrow we are headed to Taichung. That's all from us. We're gonna enjoy this beer. Sparrow Brewing, by the way. Good night.